I got no money to put gas in the car. So that's all I'm going to do. Put some gas in the car and I'm going. What? All it takes is gas in the tank. Better get the service. Well, I'm rambling. But it doesn't take a wife by my side. Let me keep moving. Let me keep moving. Check this out. These people believe that there's a global mentality about the way life is done. You have to come to this. Are you running your life on a global analysis thing? Or are you running your life because the way God has given you the freedom to do it? It's when Lucy and I drove to Chicago. We didn't try to get, they didn't have a GPS when we went to Chicago. I went to AAA and they gave me a map and a little booklet and just said, follow this map. Lucy would flip the page and said, turn off of this one. Hey, no GPS. But now when I travel, you got GPS, but you are not to think with a global mentality. You're not to do that. No, it works, Craig. You just got to know where you're going. Therefore, America has lost its philosophical unity that it has to gain back, because America is now following the wishes of someone else. Now, how do the powers that govern this society seek to cultivate this stuff? Because they want to keep it evil and keep you enmeshed in this evil. Trust me, we're going to get, we got 30 minutes. I'm almost down to the scriptures, so I'm good. See all that blue? Those are scriptures. And so there's some scriptures here in this Bible lesson. But how does the powers that govern this society seek to cultivate this idea? By pushing the doctrine of humanism on you and your family life. The doctrine of humanism. Humanism is a religion, you know. Humanism was put into the history books in Washington, D.C. back in the 60s as a validative religion. This is the most persuasive philosophy in America today, in our schools, in our businesses, in religion. Humanism is tantamount to a kind of religious belief. John Dewey, Julian Huxley, these are philosophers. John Dewey, Julian Huxley, B.F. Skinner were just a few that pushed this new humanist manifesto, is what they called it. And they were known as what we would call today progressive thinkers. See, if you're a Christian, you are not deemed a progressive thinker. You're a progressive thinker when you can think outside of the box and contemplate that anything can be accepted in society. Now here's where I've kind of mellowed out, church. I'm living in a humanistic society. These people around me like this. They've already been influenced. It don't bother me. The gays don't bother me. Nothing. None of it bothers me. Why? Because I understand it. The reason that I'm giving you this theological lecture and putting it on YouTube is because you need to understand this is where we are. It is never going back to the way it was in Christianity. Does anyone here think that you have the power to move this thing back into a first century biblical context? Raise your hand if you got that power, and I want you to show me how you're going to do it. Because you don't have the media, you're not controlling anything but the Bible that you're reading yourself. Realize that the world that you live in is this kind of world. The news that you listen to, the sports that you listen to, and you're going to get caught up in it. Samir, I get caught up in some things. I like certain things. And I'm not going to lie, I get caught up in it. But I know that it's a part of the Humanist Manifesto. I know when to break off and where to break off. That's what you have to learn how to do it, this age of enlightenment. What did it teach? The basic goodness of all mankind. That's what it teaches. Secondly, the notion of self-cause. In other words, self-cause in the universe. All right, respond back to me. How do you respond to self-cause? Are you the cause of all things in your life? Don't say that, no, God is. Well, yeah, I know you believe that because that's in the Bible. But are you the one that is the causative force to allow those things to happen in your life.
Yes.
Your life experience is being that whatever you set forth.
Yeah. All right. That is a humanistic worldview. Because what the Christian says, here's the scripture. I just thought about it. He said in the book of James, I am wanting to go here or to go there or to do this or to do that. Finish it for me. If
the Lord wills.
The Lord wills it. Okay, now the humanist would not say if the Lord wills nothing. The humanist would say, I'm going to do this. And darn it, you're not going to get in my way. Yes, Bob?
If you set your mind to it, you can do it.
That's what humanism is. If you set your mind to it, you can do it. You know what? I said that I'm going to take a road trip, right? I ain't got to set my mind to that. I just put the gas in the tank and turn the key and go. That's not what we're talking about. But I had somebody tell me, if it's the last thing that I'm doing, I'm going to get rich. I said, is that right? And the man said, all I'm going to do is concentrate on that money, and that money will come. That's a humanist manifesto. You can sit down and concentrate all you want to. We'll see if the notion of self-caused universe comes in. Another idea about what it teaches is the relativism of truth. The relativism of truth. Truth is relative. Your truth is just as good as anybody else's truth. We were watching a movie, and we were trying to get some of the people to, I'm not even going to give the name of the movie, but we were trying to get the people to tell me what was going on in this movie. I bought this movie from Hollywood Video that's going out of business, and I said, oh, this is a nice documentary about religion. I watched this movie, and I'm telling you, I've never seen any. That was craziness. But any of you want to dare to watch this movie, I'll watch it with you one night. And I had a friend of mine over last night, and he kept getting up running from room to room. Wait, stop. I said, no, watch the movie. He said, John, you know I believe in God. What is this? I said, look at the movie and tell me what's going on. It was ridiculous. And I'm trying to tell the man what they're trying to communicate. Where they're putting Jesus down. Man, they got Jesus. Oh, well, let me keep moving. Humanism. They do that all the time. What else do they talk about? The exaltation of all human reasoning. In other words, it's not what God has reasoned, but what you have reasoned in your mind. And when you exalt your reasoning above God's, we cannot go there. So, because of all of this, the Judeo-Christian heritage has been severed and severely damaged. What we believe has been cast along the shores of no return. And the only way that it's going to come back is on an individual basis. The U.S. Supreme Court formally recognized humanism as a religion in the year 1961. You can investigate that. So, what if some of us don't view this as real in the first place? Well, let's look at this. We understand that humanism clashes with Christianity. Why? Because it affirms what the Bible radically denies. The Bible radically denies that. Jesus says that life is found in Him, not in you. It was Jane Fonda that was standing on the Pacific coast, and she was looking deep down within her, and she said when she did that, she found the God in her. I'm sorry, when I look deep down within me, I see things that I can't talk with you about. I don't know, maybe you are a finer person in this world. You look deep down within you and you just see wonderful things about you. That's a good thing.